Good morning. It's that time of year. Leg day. Just kidding. Oh, got a golf cart coming. No, I do leg day. Most days of the week, actually. But, oh, hang on. My rig's not as steady this morning. Got to step up my game. Anyway, beautiful morning. Yeah, good afternoon or good evening too, whenever you're watching this. This will be up later. But it is a 9:30 in the morning. And it is indeed leg day. It's going to be a lot like Wednesday was, considering it's going to be mainly squats. The only difference is we're doing full clean and jerk and not just power clean and jerk. And then we're doing power snatch instead of full snatch. So that's the only difference, really. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good day. It's Lent day 3. I am warm. So, yeah, it is Friday, so us Catholics are abstaining from meat. And so I gotta figure out a way to get my protein intake today. It's gonna be lower than usual, but it is what it is. I'll just eat more tomorrow. But, yeah, body's feeling good. I'm still recovering decently. I mean, I ate a lot of protein yesterday, but I hardly, I probably had maybe 100 grams Wednesday. So, not ideal, but it's all right. It'll work out. But going to the same gym, and if you notice, I'm wearing the same clothes that I wore Wednesday because I only wear these to mass and go to mass 3-4 times a week. So it's fine. Don't worry about it. Just pretend it's just not the same, you know. But yeah, man, this training session, still trying to focus on knee drive and the squats, building up my squat, building up my leg volume, leg size. My quad activation is definitely my weakest link. My back's strong as hell. So I need to kind of balance that out a little bit. But energy's been good, man. Especially after those 2 weeks. My recovery is very quick. I am sleeping a little bit more too, which I find always to be helpful. I'm sleeping about 9 hours a night. And what I have found is the more that I sleep, like literally, I'm yet to find like an upper limit. Like the more that I sleep, the better I feel. But I've never actually tried sleeping more than 10 hours. But on training days, if I sleep 10 hours, oh man, I feel amazing the next day. Not always, possible. But, hey, it works. It does. Sleep is important, guys. Sleep is important. I say it time and time again, and I mean it. Sleep is paramount to recovery. If you're not sleeping enough, you're never going to recover. I say at least 7 hours, but that's like the worst. Like anything below that and you fail. I understand. Sometimes it's not possible, especially if you hold the night shift. I've had friends that had the night shift. It's not exactly ideal, and all I'm saying is do what you can do. Do your best. Let Christ take care of the rest. I love it. Got some construction workers ahead. But yeah, ideally I'd love to sleep 10 hours a night. It's easier for me though, right? Because I don't have like a wife and kids, so it's easier for me I have more time is what I'm saying. Time and less distractions to actually get that sleep. Of course I still have work weighing down on my mind, and sometimes you get worse sleep than others, but yeah, just do what you can. It really does help. But that nutrition, obviously, if you're getting enough protein in, you'll be able to recover in between sessions as well. It's both and, not either or. You can't, doesn't matter like how much protein you take in. If you're not sleeping, it don't matter. In fact, I would argue sleep's probably more important, but at the same time, yeah, no, not really, actually. You need both. You really do. You can't go without the other. It's like a, I was going to say it's like a three-legged stool, where like if you take one leg out, the whole stool falls over. Sleep's one leg, nutrition's another, and training, I guess, would be the third. I kind of just came up with that on the top of my head. Makes sense, though. Sort of. Not a perfect thought. But, yeah, praise God. Great day. It's 63 right now. It's actually kind of cold. It's going to be like 70s next week. In other words, what I'm trying to say is, just move down to Florida if you don't like the cold. The cold sucks. I'm from Illinois. But, oh yeah, by the way, if you're new here, which I'm assuming you might be, because I only have like 2 other videos before this one. My name is Christian. I'm a Catholic, I'm a weightlifter, and also a gamer. All that good stuff. And I basically started up this channel. I have a gaming channel too, but I started up this channel just to be able to give more of my creative, expressiveness. I just want to express myself in other ways besides like my other channel, where I'm really want to focus on basically my day in the life as a Christian, as a fitness addict, and yeah, just want to give you my 2 cents. And especially today, and this whole season that we're going into here is Lent. I want to give encouragement to other people, you guys, if you are also participating in Lent, and to just go through it with you, and to go through this together. Because Lent is a time of transformation. It is a time of change. Lent is supposed to change you in the best of ways. To shake things up, so to speak. That's what our priest said today, and I actually kind of liked it. Where Lent is a season to really shake things up a bit. To break away from the monotony. To fast. To do things that you wouldn't usually do that might be uncomfortable, like give up certain things or do more of a certain thing. Serve your community. Like I said, if you didn't know, I took out coffee, like caffeine, for Lent, and it was really, really hard for me in the beginning. But getting better. It's getting easier. It is. But man, was it hard in the beginning. But the fact of the matter is, you take something away that you really don't want to take away, that you like, that you enjoy. That it's a blessing, because these things are blessings, right? You don't just have to take away, like, I'm going to give up sweets to be healthier. No, it's not always about, like, a healthier end result. More often than not, it's just about giving something up that you enjoy and just giving that to the Lord, really. Like, what's a hobby that you enjoy? Like, give it up. And then replace it with prayer to really deepen your spiritual life, because that's where the real change happens, right? You can change physically, like become healthier, lose weight, all that good stuff. It's great, it is. Who doesn't like having more energy? It's awesome. But there's so much more. There's so much more that can happen. I gotta get into this lane here. This right lane. Damn, there's like hella construction. Here, I'm just gonna, thank you, brother. A lot going on here this morning. Anyway, yeah, the true change happens spiritually. And so I encourage you guys, if you're going to give up something, replace it with prayer or any kind of like spiritual reading. Reading the Bible is probably the best one, actually. Just do that. Just read the Bible more. Do that for Lent. Well, it's an easy one. Like read the Bible before bed or something. I like that. I've been reading the Bible every single day for, what, about a month now, and it helps a lot, man. It really does. It helps me get closer to God and really just be at peace, especially before bed. It's a godsend. There we go. yeah. But now it is time for legs. I'm not adding anything. I am adding a little bit of pulling towards the end, which you will see. I think Pendlay rows, possibly. I like those. But yeah, that's really on the agenda today. It's gonna be a good one, man. It's gonna be a good one. So, on that note, I will see you guys in the gym. Peace and God bless. All right, we are back. Happy Friday. Starting off with squats, as always. I took a little bit of a higher bar position. It's just more comfortable for me in my mobility. Narrowed my feet, as usual, really focusing on knee drive forward. And I'm really liking these squats. I feel like this is really going to help me strengthen my overall squat. My overall squat? My squat in general. So I'm really excited to be doing this. But yeah, the reps feel really good. I'm starting to feel a little bit more stress in the knees with the added weight. Not too worried about that. It's early. And so my knees can handle a lot, but I can tell that they're working a little bit more than when I had 95 pounds on the bar. Again, I'm not really used to lifting this light with these kind of controlled reps. Still kind of foreign to me. I'm sure I'll get used to it as the weeks go on because I plan on doing this for at least the hypertrophy block. We'll see how heavy I can work up to when it comes to this high of volume. I don't plan on going crazy heavy, upping the intensity that much. That's for the strength phase. But these are moving well. I know in the last video I talked a lot about suffering. I know it's kind of morbid and sad, but honestly, I think it's really important, especially if you're trying to live a life that you want to live, where you're not so anxious all the time and you're not so easily moved by discomfort. I feel like it's very simple. I feel like it's very important to get used to discomfort and not just get used to it, but expect it. And I really want to hammer home in this video how your suffering actually brings you the closest to Christ you will ever be. Because he suffered perfectly, and he suffered the most, more so than any real human, truly being left alone there to die on the cross by all of his followers, by everybody he ever knew except for his mother and a couple others, being mocked by the whole world, even being mocked by the people that were hung on the cross next to him, at least one of them. And then you hear the words, my God, why have you forsaken me?" And it truly describes how Jesus is feeling in that moment, in utter turmoil, feeling completely alone and abandoned, his heart destroyed in more ways than one, completely battered and bruised. And just know that when you are going through struggles and suffering of your own, which we all will, just know that he has been through it before, far worse than anyone could ever imagine, and he's going to suffer with you because he loves you that much, and he knows exactly what you're going through. So I hope that gives you a little more comfort as you're going through this Lent, and not just this Lent, but for your entire life, because we're always going to suffer, and just know and take comfort in the fact that Jesus is with us, and he's suffering with us. He's in the shit with us, and he will always give us the strength to carry through. But now we move on to the snatch. Went up from 95 to 135 pounds here, and it was moving nicely. Changed my footing a little bit. I'm a little wider now than I used to be, and man, does this feel a lot better. I've been Olympic weightlifting for I guess, at this point, 5 years now, self-coached, and I like it. I like it a lot. It keeps me athletic. It allows me to do a backflip whenever I really feel like it, and super functional. I am never going to stop doing these as long as I physically can. The benefits are just too good. Of course, getting to this point where you can lift like this with this amount of speed and explosion, it takes a lot of time, but really anyone can do variations of these lifts. I don't necessarily recommend people do this. It really depends on your overall athleticism, mobility. If you're a 45-year-old soccer mom who's never done a deadlift in her life, you probably shouldn't be power cleaning like this, or this is a full clean, or like a snatch like you just saw, you should definitely do the deadlift at some point. I highly recommend that. But eventually, maybe soccer mom can work up to a power clean or a snatch. Absolutely. It just takes time. I wouldn't start with this stuff right off the bat, but man, is it really a good skill to have if you can do this kind of stuff. Great for athleticism, great for function. And now we are doing the clean and jerk. Full cleans today, not power cleans. Yeah, I love this exercise. Again, super great for overall athleticism, explosiveness. That's why you see a lot of athletes doing this in their programming. And yeah, it's just an overall incredible exercise. I also widened my hand grip as well. Again, it really just feels more comfortable. I really started with everything really close and narrow to begin with and kind of just worked my way out until it felt comfortable. That's kind of what worked for me. And yeah, these feel really good. I also added some push pressing in there because why not? I felt like putting in some moves that are going to help with my upper body strength, especially with my shoulders. I want to keep those bulletproof. And push pressing is a really good exercise for that. 4 reps in the clean and jerk might not seem like much, but damn, I felt these. I was tired after these sets. Again, I plan on keeping Olympic lifting pretty light through this training block, really focusing on strengthening my squat, building up my legs. And then once I have a stronger strength base, then I can really start ramping up the Olympic lifting intensity. And now we move on to the tried and the true Pendlay row. And I'm used to, this is a 115, by the way, 115 pounds. I wasn't planning on going too heavy yet with these. It's just an accessory exercise. Just to get some back volume in, maybe get a little bit of back mass going on, a little back growth. So I'm really focusing on exploding towards the chest and then slowly controlled bringing it back down to the floor. I really like this tempo. I feel it a heck of a lot more in the back this way. And even as I'm recording this audio, I'm feeling it right now. So I know I did a good job. I highly recommend you use the same tempo, especially if you're looking to build the back a little bit, get some back hypertrophy, get that back thickness. It's a great move. Great for, again, athleticism too, if you want to explode on the way up with the bar path. But yeah, that's it for this session. Time to head home and get some grub. All right, another one in the books, man. This is a pretty good one. Today, went a little bit heavier on the squats, as you saw, and it felt pretty good. Felt pretty good. It was definitely harder. Definitely felt more of a leg pump, but it was fairly easy. Not difficult from a strength standpoint, but I can tell I'm going to be very sore. So, looking forward to that. But, oh man, we got a steady stream of cars. I'm gonna be here a while. So, anyway. Yo! What's up, dude? Anyway. Yeah. I'd say like it was a 9 out of 10 session. So, can't complain there. Gonna go back home, get some food, and replenish a little bit. Get some work done. All that good stuff. All right, 10 minutes later, we're actually on the road. I woke up this morning and my shoulders and chest were actually sore from the bench press from Wednesday. And even my legs were a little sore too. It's just crazy, man. It still kind of blows my mind how just a simple change in volume, like a simple increase in volume, like completely affects the body differently. Like I'm used to lifting heavy all the time and just going lighter. My body just can't handle it. Sore. Yeah, I can tell. Like, there's like a feeling that I get in my legs, like immediately after a workout, where I know without a shadow of a doubt I will be sore the next like 2 days at least. And I'm feeling it. So that's gonna be good. This was Friday, so it's the last session of the week. I'll have 2 days off to rest, sleep it off, all that good stuff. Again, gonna strive for 9 hours of sleep because I can. It's easy for me. So maybe even 10 hours. Probably 10. Not gonna lie. I can't get 10 hours every night, but if I can do it, I'm gonna do it. It's kind of crazy, but it really does help with recovery. But I'm really excited for Lent this year. I got a lot planned, a lot I want to do in terms of really get closer to God, adding more spiritual practices in. I'm going to Mass more, going to daily Mass, not every day, like every other day, like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on the days that I lift, and obviously Sunday. And so that's good, and that's been nice. I started doing that a little bit before Lent, and man, it's nice. It really does make a difference in my peace, and it's kind of crazy, but the closer I am to God, the more creative I am, and the more outside of the box I can think, and the more, well, I literally feel like I'm more sharp. I feel like I'm sharper cognitively. It's kind of weird, but it's how I feel. Almost like I have this giant weight off my chest, like a giant pressure off in my life. Where I don't have pressure, I can just speak my word and speak my mind. I'm not hiding anymore. I don't have shame because, well, I have Christ, and I'm living rightly, at least attempting to, right? I'm the furthest thing from right, so, but I'm attempting to live better, to strive towards perfection, as we all should. But we strive for perfection knowing that we'll never get there. But we'll get closer and closer and closer to that perfection until our dying days, in hopes that when we do die, at least here on earth, we will see Christ's face in the new creation, well, heaven, or the new creation, whatever happens first. But yeah, I'm really liking this new schedule I got going. Other than that, yeah, that's about all I have for you today, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for joining. It's always good to see you. And until next time, I will see you later. It's Friday. I'll probably see you tomorrow for the next day of Lent. Maybe I'll give you a little something. More words of encouragement. Maybe I'll let you in on what I'm reading. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Got a lot of ideas. But until then, I will see you guys next time. Peace and God bless.